wage their battle to destroy the evil forces of the Decepticons, the Transformers. The Transformers. That means the Transformers.
Welcome everybody to another exciting edition of Transformers Reviews. Well, today guys, I just kind of did this review on a spur of the moment sort of thing, and I've always wanted to do it, I just never have. So basically today we're going to be taking a look at what Takara calls Convoy Bat, or for more of a Western American audience, you will recognize this as Titan's Return version of Optimus Primal. Now, if there are a few of you that are confused as to why he's a bat, real quick history. Basically, before they settled on him being a gorilla for the show, they actually released a toy of Optimus as a bat, and he looked pretty much like this as far as like color scheme goes. But again, that was before the show actually aired, so this is like a pre-version of Optimus, whereas this is his season 2 version. Now, considering that there was a whole other iteration between these two, it's funny how much their color schemes are alike. And when I say that, you look at all the silvers and blues that are really kind of close. Not to mention, you know, he has little pops of red, which if you look on his legs, on his side, oops, and even back here, he has little pops of red. So I thought that was a little bit ironic. Now, speaking of similar things, if you'll look down here on the Titan Master vehicle beast thing that he comes with, this is basically just a recolor of the ape face mold, but for those of you that again know the character of Optimus Primal, you'll see that he's colored like his optimal Optimus form, which translates to other modes that we'll see later. So and then again, the Titan Master that he comes with is actually a reuse of the Sentinel Prime Titan Master. You can see because he's got the folds in the face mask, which I thought was kind of odd because they've had several other Titan Masters that are like a recolor of the Optimus Prime face. So if they were going to use just a Prime-like face, why wouldn't they have just used one with a more correct grip, with a more correct face mask? But hey, you know, whatever. I like this Titan Master, to be honest with you. So what we'll go ahead and do is we will go ahead and you can actually, if you wanted to, you could actually put his Titan Master in here in the command center. The mold for the big figure here is not different at all from Vorath. The only difference you're going to find is the armament that he comes with, which we'll come back to that in a second. So like I said, you could go ahead and place him in here, and if you see on Vorath, I've actually placed his Titan Master in his little bat belly command thing, whatever you want to call that. But for this, well, since we've got the figure here, we'll go ahead and we'll just attach him. Much like the ape face one, you can go ahead and if you wanted to, you could actually have him riding back here on the back of the gorilla. Or if you so wanted, you could then actually put him in his vehicle mode, which is, again, just a rough homage to the Optimal Optimus jet. So, I thought that was kind of interesting. And then, of course, you know, if he was going to be used in weapon mode, then you would just kind of fold this down, fold these forward, and then they could have this kind of tri-barrel gun. But, anyway, since I don't have another figure for him to hold, we'll go ahead and put him off over here to the side, back in his gorilla mode. And I mean, really, like I said, the only thing that's different is the armament. Now, on Vorath, he came with these two little tail guns and nothing plugged in up here. Well, the original version of this figure that was released in like 95, somewhere around there, he actually had two swords. Now, these that they've attached to the figure were actually taken and they're just reused from the Transformers Prime wheeljack. And you can kind of make it out there just a little bit. They have the Cybertronian language on the blade and stuff, which is kind of cool. Now, funny thing about him actually having swords is in the season 1 version of Optimus Prime, that's the only thing to carry over. Like I said, they decided to make him a gorilla, but in the show, he actually had two swords that he could use in robot mode. So it's kind of funny that at least something survived, even if like the total color scheme changed along with alt mode. But I mean, other than that, there's really nothing different. I mean, he has excellent detail. If you look in his mouth, you can see like the tongue and the teeth are all colored. You know, obviously the eyes. But even since this was used as Vorath, I really like this bat mode. And I really don't have any complaints about it. I mean, the bat mode wings, considering they fold up for the legs, you could have him in a variety of different poses. I mean, it's just up to you what you would like to do. Let's go ahead and look at him in robot mode. And here is Convoy Bat in robot mode. Now, there are some startling similarities. Again, these guys both have a gun that they can use, and they both have 2 melee weapons. But that's about where the similarities end, because really, while the beast modes color schemes matches up, this is where you can see that they are wildly different as far as robot mode goes. But it is kind of cool to have the 2 different iterations of this guy like that. But it does kind of astound me, to be honest, how much they can mirror each other, like I said, because of the similar armaments that they do share. But again, we're just looking at Convoy Bat here, and I gotta say that between actually the Titan weapon and the swords, I think I like the swords a little bit better. Plus, with the amazing amount of range of posability with this figure that you get, you can put him in whatever kind of cool stance that you want. And I mean, he looks really awesome. So I am very pleased with this version of Convoy Bat as far as looks and what he's, you know, his accessories and everything. But let's go ahead and do one more little comparison with Vorath here. So in looking at the difference between these two, the one thing that I have to think that I kind of believe is an advantage over Optimus is his really kind of cool blasters that he has. But the other thing that Vorath really has going for him is he does a complete color change. And what I mean by that is he is a red and black bat, but he transforms into a almost completely purple and black robot. So the fact that he does like a complete color change between beast and robot mode is awesome. Ironically, it's kind of like the Transmetal Optimus that we were looking at. Now, while that color change is cool, on the other hand, I also like how he has basically, he's just continuous in between either mode that he uses. And again, you know, I don't believe that if there was a lot of Titans Return figures, if any, that really had dual swords. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but again, I think that just kind of helps make him cooler. And aside from that, he is my favorite Beast Wars character of all time. So to have a homage to what was his pre-version as a Titans Return figure, I just really think that's really kind of cool. So anyway, guys, that's been the review of the Titans Return Optimus Primal. And until next time, guys, we will see you in another review.